going on, everybody? What's going on? Bless Invest, live in action, live streaming, here to build and connect. What's going on? What y'all got going on this good Tuesday? Overall, I got on here to just talk about real estate life and things going on in my life. And if you on here, you got anything you want to add, comments, definitely looking for feedback, looking to grow this audience. So look, I'm gonna give a brief introduction on myself, and we're gonna take it from there. The brief introduction is, hey, my name is Brandon. I'm with Frank Home Buyers. I'm a real estate investor. I got into real estate back in 2019. I went to my first RIA meeting. RIA stands for Real Estate Investors Association, and I'm with Greater Cincinnati. So I always encourage people, if they want to learn more about real estate, look into your local RIA. I joined back in 2019. October the 11th was my first meeting. I was very interested in wholesaling. I had a partner, well, a friend who became a partner in this business. And we partnered up to do wholesale deals. He would be the funding partner. I would be more of the sweat equity. So we started our first mailing campaign January 2020, right when COVID hit. That's when we started our first mailing campaign. Didn't really have too much experience on who or what we was mailing to, so we just blanketed subdivision and was sending mail to any and everybody in the subdivision, and the phone started pumping. So that's when the journey started, and I began to know how to ask questions to filter who's serious or who's not. So yeah, I mean, like I'm saying, I'm doing this live to give more insight on my real estate journey, share y'all what I got going on in my world. If y'all got any feedback, definitely tap in, leave them in the comments. It is 2025 and I'm still currently wholesaling. I done gained a lot of experience dealing with sellers, giving offers, the follow up, the whole nine, dealing with buyers, the whole nine. So this game, I will say, you get out. Well, what you put in is what you get out. What you get out is what you put in. So you got to put in actions. Wholesaling is a very simple concept, but it is work behind it. It is the source of getting deals. So if you're looking to get into real estate, you want to learn more about wholesaling, ask me some questions, leave them in the comments, give me some feedback. Currently, I'm working on a rehab. I'm partnered up on a rehab. It's a duplex, one of the biggest rehabs I took on, learning a lot, earning a lot. And this was a deal that I found driving for dollars a couple years ago. I was just following up with the seller. You know, once I got some notice of them that they wanted to sell, you know, it was just a follow up from there. It showed them how serious I was. We always talked about numbers and always submitted offers, but it got serious once the owner's daughter got in place, and we moved forward on purchasing this property. We solved the problem. She was more than happy. We was happy. It was a win all around the board. And this was last year when we purchased this property in the beginning of January. So it's been about a year in since we started this rehab. We started the rehab at the mid slash ending of January last year, 2024. Right now it's 2025. We still on this rehab. And when I say we put everything new, furnace, plumbing, electric, HVAC, uh, took out these plaster walls, all new drywall, paint. I mean, the whole nine. We even did remodeled redesigned the layout. So it's a whole new layout with this property. I can say some things that I have learned is, when you're dealing with a property that's needing an extensive rehab in certain locations, you definitely gotta get permitted to get work complete. So that was a part of this process that I learned, and it's a growing pain. So learning how these inspectors work, learning how you got to work with these inspectors, you know, keep communication open so the project can continue to move forward and get done. So I learned a lot about the permit process. What else? I learned, communication is key. That is valuable. Uh, and I learned that because even though we got guys that can get the work done in this area where we took on this rehab, we had to outsource the work for us plumbers, electricians, HVAC guy, and just the communication between those three different sectors of plumbing, electric, HVAC, getting all this work done and correlating all these times. It definitely takes a lot of communication. It takes patience because you got to think y'all trying to get this project done and work with each other's schedule without stepping on each other's toes. And some days you plan to be there, who knows, things might happen, you can't make it. So just keeping that communication open is definitely something that's always a valuable lesson, and I will continue to keep that line of communication open. So also in my journey, I got a house that I've been dealing with for probably the last 2.5 years. It was one of my first rehabs, and it's just now finna be listed. I do a whole nother video talking about that one, especially once it's listed and I'm happy it's on market, and I can get rid of it. But yeah, if y'all got any questions, definitely leave them in the chat. I mean, we on here, we doing this. Brandon, the investor. I don't know how my audio sound. I'm gonna check it after this. And I know this channel is mainly, dealing with real estate. I'm into wholesaling, fixing, flipping, and using private money, hard money, using other people's money. And one thing I will, talk about in this video is how, I find motivated sellers. And that's, the front of the business, keeping that pipeline filled with potential deals or leads. So finding off-market properties or motivated sellers, I would say. I do a lot of driving for dollars, meaning I drive around in C and B neighborhoods, and I look for signs of distress, meaning the roof might be bad, or older windows, or the upkeep around the house. I'm only seeing on the exterior right now because I'm driving around. I'm looking for stuffed mailboxes, junk all in the yard, broken windows. It just looks like one of the most distressed properties on the street. I add them to a list, and then from there, that's when I go to skip trace them. I might send them postcards and give them a call. I might email them if that's provided. Reach out to a family member or a potential close relative. So that's how I'm finding these motivated sellers. And once I connect with one, the follow-up process, that's when it starts. So following up, that's just one of the key things in this business, and it could get repetitive. Um, yes, sir. Be great, G. Appreciate you jumping on. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. How you been, man? Just on here, man, talking my yap. Still in this wholesale game. Working on this clothing that I got Thursday. So still keeping it in motion, man. Got some other opportunities I'm working on. And like I'm just saying, man, it's that follow-up process. That's where the money at. You gotta stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready. Yes, sir. Always. Yep. That dollar. I was on there early. I'm gonna get on here. I might get on it again before the night over. I am. Well, I'm part of the local rehab right now. We got this Driving for Dollars challenge. I'm always staying active and just engaging. So and sharing my experience with people around me that excited about wholesaling and just might need a little help or assistance. I don't mind. At the same time, trying not to spread myself too thin. Put myself out there. And like I was saying, the key thing is finding these motivated sellers and just the follow-up process. It could get tedious. You can seem like you're running in circles sometimes. You ain't getting a response. And I always just, tell myself, or I didn't seen the proof of concept that, taking certain actions, you will get rewarded. So that's what keeps me in this business. And out of my head, I stay out of my head because you can get in your head in this business, especially if you ain't got no coach, no mentor, or you ain't around the right people. You'll get in your head. And one thing, don't get too greedy either. It's more than enough opportunity out here. So if you ever a new wholesaler or you got some deals and you trying to do it all by yourself and you ain't getting nowhere with it, reach out to somebody who you see doing these deals and got some experience and have that conversation about, hey, and don't be afraid to ask for help. So, and another thing, walking these properties and finding these motivated sellers, right? It is ways you can, have a ballpark range on giving repairs or whatnot. But at the same time, how I got better with my repair number is I took on my first rehab, and that I ain't gonna say kind of, but it did help me get a better understanding of rehabs and rehab costs from putting in new kitchens and new bathrooms, new furnaces. All of that experience helped me with my repair number for future deals, which helped me when I'm walking the properties or talking to the sellers. I know what I'm looking for and I can get quicker on my numbers. That helped me even submit offers even faster. And one thing I will say is always be conservative too with your numbers, man. Honestly, I still see it. You know, you excited about real estate and might be talking to a seller or two and ready to lock up a deal and the numbers ain't there and you ain't gonna move that deal. I'm telling you. I'd rather not have a deal locked up and still following up with the seller than to lock up a deal at a high number and can't move it and be stressed out thinking something wrong because you thinking you got it locked up at the right number and it's too high and you ain't getting the right feedback. It's a whole lot that go with this business. I mean, and that's something else. I mean, talking to serious cash buyers, it's a lot of jokers. It's a lot of daisy chain wholesalers who would present themselves as buyers and really they trying to lock you up to wholesale your deal, whatnot. So it's a lot that come with this business, and it ain't for the weak. I mean, you got to have some thick skin. You got to be ready to hear some no's, before a yes. I mean, there's certain ways you got to move in this business and stay consistent. Like I say, even when it don't feel like you getting no traction, stay consistent. I mean, it can be challenging, especially if you ain't around the right people. But yeah, I see it's 2 people on here. I want to say I appreciate y'all tapping in. If y'all got any questions, comments, we talk real estate we talk things outside of real estate. We all human. We all human. I mean, like I say, I'm working on the deal. Well, right now, currently, I am working on a vacant lot deal that I got under contract. It's my first time wholesaling a piece of land. I was looking at this piece of land, just purchasing it for myself. But as it got closer to me making a final decision on moving forward, I decided to switch it up and end up wholesaling it. So I will say a value in joining your local RIA, wherever you at is, take advantage of the platforms that they offer, like free websites and everything. The whole community. I ain't gonna lie, I got one of the best communities as far as the Cincinnati RIA. They say we one of the top RIAs in the nation, and I can vouch for that. I mean, it's a great community. At the end of the day, anytime I'm dealing with a wholesale deal and I got it locked up, I can upload it on this RIA site and I can find legit buyers. Ain't nobody here to waste my time. They're going to give me some feedback. If the numbers work, if the numbers ain't working, they're going to give me the feedback that I need so I can go and make adjustments as needed. But I can say, majority of the deals that I do touch make it to the closing table, so that let me know I'm doing something right. And I mean, I'm gonna continue to do what I can do right. And at the end of the day, it's communication, man. If you can get in front of somebody's face and they let you know, hey, this is what I'm looking for, or I like what you're doing, man, let's work together. That's the best value. So like I say, I just jumped on here real quick. Like I say, if y'all got any questions about real estate pertaining, deals, wholesale deals, fix and flips, even things outside of real estate, engage with me. Let's talk. I do want to say thanks for anybody who ever tuned in, watched this video. I'm gonna continue to share my journey. Hopefully y'all tap in, y'all share y'all journey. We can build and connect. And this is Blessed and Invest, Blessed and Invest. So just jumped on here real quick. I'm gonna jump off in a couple of seconds. It'll wrap it up at 20 minutes, and this will be a live video. Keep doing these, and I'm gonna stay at it. Space Nine. The Pasolver. Let's get it. Let's get it. Keep y'all posted on this closing and these other deals that's coming.